Hello everyone. I've got a message for Grandmaster Jay and the NFAC in general. In case you've been living under a rock, the NFAC stands for Not Fucking Around Coalition. They are a group of black militants who have decided to get militarized. And they got out there and say, we're not fucking around anymore, we aren't our ancestors. But that being said is, to Grandmaster Jay, if you think I'm just going to blast you mindlessly and all that shit, you're wrong. Honestly, I was actually pretty impressed. I mean, your group showed a good amount of discipline, and it was pretty, and obvious that at least some of the crowd knew what they were doing. And, you know, I was amazed. I mean, there were obviously a few hundred, maybe even over 1,000 people there. And I'm all for your right to freedom of speech. I am all for your right to self-defense. Hell, I'm for everybody's right to self-defense. Whether they be white, black, Hispanic, Asian, Christian, Jewish, atheist, Muslim, or whatever. Republican or Democrat, or Nazi or communist. If you are attacked, you have every right to defend yourself. And that's just it. Although I did see one of your videos where you where you said it's like, we will not tolerate one more death from, whether it be it from a white person or a black person. And honestly, props to you, dude. You're finally starting to call out black on black crime. Now I'll admit, police brutality is a big problem in this country, and it needs to stop. And I give praise to Black Lives Matter for standing up to them. And whether or not you think it's a racist thing or not, the bottom line is police brutality has to stop. And so far, Black Lives Matter is the only group really doing anything serious about it, if anything at all. And as far as like where you chose the location, it's like you knew you got that letter from, supposedly got a letter from the KKK. I'm going to assume you were telling the truth, that you got that letter. Okay, it might not have been the KKK. It might not have even been a white supremacist. I mean, it could be just some guy, some goofball in his room just typing away stuff and trying to troll. Or it could be, a CIA operative. How do we know any of this? I mean, how do we know it's not a big government conspiracy? Anyway, just remember, you were talking about like the whole world basically uniting against white people in one video, with you on your side, of course. Don't assume they'll be on your side. Remember, the Chinese kicked all the Africans out of the country after the coronavirus hit. Ironically, it was their country where it originated, yet they wanted to kick all the foreigners out like the foreigners caused it. Now if that's not racist, I don't know what is. But anyway, as far as the Latino population goes, if you're counting on their help, I wouldn't bank on them either, because, I mean, look what's happening in Chicago, look what's happening in Los Angeles. There's a race war between the street gangs. So I wouldn't count on having too many allies just flocking to your cause. And just remember that it's like, there's a lot of people in this country, both white and black, who showed up to those riots. They don't believe in anything. They're just there for the violence, like Antifa. You might be able to count on some help from Antifa, ironically. They're mostly white, but I wouldn't be surprised if they jumped in on board with you to try and crush the so-called white supremacist establishment. In fact, they will gleefully do it. And I'd be very surprised if they didn't. But that's neither here nor there. The problem is that a lot of people on both sides are rattling the saber. And you were like, come out, KKK. Come out, 3%ers. Come out, Bungalow Boys. I mean, that's a pretty big attack on someone's ego right there, their manhood. And I'm not saying they'll all come after you now, but they won't forget it either. And it's like, if there is a race war in this country, there will be hell to pay. I don't know who will win it, but it will get very ugly. Just that simple. A civil war should be avoided at all costs. And it's just, if we get into a civil war, even if you win, you will suffer greatly. Trust me. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace. And I mean that. Peace. Be good, y'all.